On October 11th, 2025, Manus Y set out across the Appalachian Mountains, a region steeped in folklore and layered with stories of tragedy. His channel blends humor with cinematic exploration, taking viewers to unusual locations without relying on jump scares or forced frights. This trip followed a route through 10 sites, places more defined by history than hauntings. Still, at each stop, there was a quiet weight, a sense that the mountains remembered far more than they revealed.
In West Virginia, not for the Mothman, but for the abandoned and haunted Lake Shawnee amusement park. All the bad things started happening specifically in the 1950s when a little girl really tragically died on the swing ride. It was kind of strange. She didn't die directly from the swings. A truck just backed into her as she was in her seat. And then a second death happened. It was a little boy who died in the lake here when his arm got stuck in a drain pipe. This is actually the second and third children's deaths in a row. Yeah.
He recounted the stories embedded in the land. A young girl struck during a ride accident, a boy who drowned nearby, and the discovery of hundreds of Native American burials beneath the park.
The swings where that girl tragically died. It's equally creepy, but also kind of sweet how a lot of people leave these dolls and like toys for her. But pretty much a lot of people report hearing her or seeing her specific swing still swinging as if she's still around here. If we take a walk around here, we'll see hers. It's marked by the red ribbon. So we're not sure, but we think this might be the swing. It's just that the ribbon has lost its color over time. The darkest and most terrifying thing about this place is that they actually built the amusement park on top of a Native American burial site. A tribe called the Shawnee tribe used to live here, and archaeologists that have dug around this area have found over 300 burials. Yeah, here, where we're standing. Bruh. But what's super crazy is that before the amusement park was built, there were a couple English settlers that lived here. They kind of took this place from the natives and stuff. The Shawnee tribe came and killed 2 of their children, kidnapped another one, and burned his like 8-year-old son at a stake. So there's like multiple levels of death.
The atmosphere didn't need theatrics. The stillness itself carried a heavy presence, one that lingered long after leaving. Later, at Pueet Bridge, he revisited accounts of construction workers who died during its building, and the legend of a headless figure said to appear at night. While filming, his tripod suddenly shifted and slammed into his leg.
And it is terrifying. Let me give you some history about this place. Pretty much, it's one of the oldest bridges in the entire country. It was built all the way back in 1820. When it was being built, all the workers there caught a strange, mysterious disease. Some people think it was malaria, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of people died while this thing was being built. Here's the crazy part, okay? Legend has it that one of the workers that died from the mysterious illness, his body was buried within the walls of this bridge itself, and it's still there to this day. A lot of visitors who come here at night report hearing screams, seeing figures. Some people even fall ill. The thing about this bridge is that a lot of people report strange activity when 2 things occur. Right after it rains, which you can see from the ground, it's literally still wet, and when it's midnight.
Dude, come on.
That was close. Hold on, give it a second. At midnight, there are reports of people seeing on this bridge a headless man.
Something I forgot to mention is that sometimes people don't just hear or see a presence, but they actually feel a physical touch.
Just with it, dude, these walls are so old. And somewhere buried in here oh!
What's gonna happen?
You did that! Are you kidding me?
No, did what?
Oh no, we gotta go.
Did what? I don't want to be.
No, we gotta fucking go. My tripod leg came loose. And usually it's this short. It opened and it came out here and it touched the back of my leg. You were like wrapping your hand around my leg.
No, I thought you were playing a bit because but then like the look in your eyes was actually like...
When we were under the bridge, there's nothing around us that could touch me but you.
Yeah, because if there was like trees or something.
Yeah, if there was like trees.
A fleeting moment too quick to make sense of. Though he tried to laugh it off, the incident left an unsettling mark, a reminder that some moments resist explanation. At Poca Lake, he went alone.
But demonic Poca Lake Bridge. Sightings of a demonic half-goat, half-man entity have been reported since at least the 1960s. There are a few tales about its emergence. The first is that it's the spirit of a circus freak who seeks vengeance after being mistreated.
The most infamous story about this place, though, is that it once used to be a local farmer who sacrifices goats in rituals in return for satanic power.
What's very real are the many, many deaths that have occurred on this bridge. What often happens is people looking for the creature end up getting hit by the train that crosses this very bridge.
On the tracks, it goes out into just an endless abyss. It's really creepy.
I prepared to summon the demon the only way I knew how.
Goat man! I'm here! I am right here, all by myself. Last chance to prove the Appalachians are actually haunted.
Last night, I was lucky to be safe as the train that crosses Pueet Bridge appears from the black of night surprisingly quick. Many people that walk across the bridge don't end up so lucky, and those that come here looking for the goat man do meet their end, but not from finding the demon, but from their very search.
Standing beneath the towering trestle tied to the legend of the goat man, he retold stories of people being drawn dangerously toward the tracks, but remained safely below, conscious of the real threat of passing trains. When one thundered overhead, the raw force shattered the quiet, grounding the night in reality rather than myth. He left the mountains reflecting on their strange pull, the mix of beauty, history, and an lingering unease. Many viewers noted that the weight of these places comes less from legends and more from the echoes of the past left unspoken. If these sites feel so heavy in daylight, what might they reveal to anyone brave or curious enough to return after nightfall? This is Tom, a fearless adventurer who thrives on exploring the most sinister, forsaken places. A year ago, this very mansion left him shaken, but now he's back, seeking one last thrill. What happens tonight, however, will be far more than just a scare. Tom is no stranger to haunted locations. His YouTube channel is packed with jaw-dropping explorations of creepy sights. But this time, he's alone, and the eerie silence of the abandoned house is about to be shattered.
Blood dripping from it for some reason. That's super sketchy. Right, so guys, I haven't done this by myself in a long time. Came to explore the abandoned mansion. So guys, you have no idea. Right, so guys, I am freaking the hell out right now. I am freaking out.
Not even minutes into his exploration, a loud crash reverberates through the hallway. Tom freezes, eyes darting toward the sound. The air feels heavy, as if something or someone is watching him. Yet when he looks around, there's nothing. Little does he know, this is just the beginning of a terrifying night.
Right guys, let's just go to the top. I'm hoping no one's in here. No one's definitely going to be in here, so I guess I'll be fine. Right. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna make another well. What the fuck? Guys, what the hell?
Footsteps echo clearly, signaling he's not alone. His heart pounds as adrenaline surges. Who or what is upstairs with him? Tom pushes forward, but nothing could prepare him for what awaits around the corner. Suddenly, a figure appears in the doorway.
Guys, I think someone's here. Hello? So I'm in this room now and I thought, you know what, fuck this. I'm not coming in here ever again by myself. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I was trying to go out and I've just seen that. I seen her fucking flow. What the fuck? Who is that? What? Yo. Hello? Hello? You okay? Do you want me to call the police? Yo, just chill. What the fuck? What's the guy doing? Yo, the fuck did he throw? Who the fuck's that?
A clown, dressed in tattered clothes, standing completely still, watching him. Tom doesn't back down. In a bold choice, he chases after the clown.
I want to find where this guy is, so let's go upstairs and see where he is. I'm actually freaking out because he could be with a crew ready to beat me up or anything. Like, I don't know. What the hell? Maybe this guy was doing like a ritual or something by himself to summon ghosts. Right, I don't know where this guy actually is, but there's some weapons I could use on the floor maybe if he tries to attack me. Right, I'm not actually sure. What the fuck? What the Yo, you okay? You sure you don't want me to call the police or ambulance? Fuck this. What the fuck?
Then makes a split-second decision to bolt for the exit, racing down the hall and through crumbling doors back into the safety of the night. He escapes unharmed, but questions linger. Who was that clown? Why were they there? And what might have happened if he hadn't run? When Tom uploaded the video, viewers were captivated. Some couldn't believe he chased after the figure, while others wondered if it was all staged. What would you have done? Would you face it or run? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. On February 28th, 2025, YouTuber Mo Sargi uploaded a video that left viewers with more questions than answers. He had set out on a solo camping trip deep in the Canadian wilderness, a remote, silent stretch of forest where everything initially seemed to be going exactly as planned. But as he ventures further in, the atmosphere begins to change.
It sounded like a woman screaming. Yeah, that was weird. Wasn't even recording, I'm just walking. And it sounded like a woman, like actually screaming like she needed help. It's hard to hear with this thick hat on. Well, could have been an animal.
At first, Mo hears and notices things he assumes are just wildlife. Nothing unusual for a place like that. But that sense of normalcy quickly fades when he comes across something far more unsettling.
And by campsite, I mean the place where I was trying to build like a fort. Oh, what the fuck? Somebody lost a jacket. How do you lose a jacket out here? Hello? Doesn't it look like someone got like pushed or something? It looks like somebody got pushed here. It's like a woman's jacket. Yeah, it's a winter jacket. It's a nice one too. What the hell? Somebody dropped their jacket. And look at this. Yeah, it looks like somebody like fell here. This is like a little bridge. I wonder if somebody under the bridge. Hello? Nope. Yeah, it looks like somebody fell. Yeah, it looks like a big scuffle. Like it literally looks like a big scuffle happened. I wonder if that was. No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think here. I'm like, I wonder if that was like the scream that I heard. I'm gonna leave this hanging. Maybe somebody fell and then they just left without their jacket. I'm gonna leave it hanging right here. That's weird. Such a weird thing to find.
Lying on the ground is a woman's jacket, torn, worn, and completely out of place. In conditions like that, it raises immediate questions. Who did it belong to? And more importantly, why was it left behind? What started as a simple camping trip now feels like something else entirely. Something that hints at a deeper, unknown story.
It's just the snow is too deep, and it's I should have known better than to come here, but it's okay. I've got a lot of work cut out for me. The plan is to camp out and make some food. I got a mini grill, I got a couple of steaks for the night, and I got a sleeping bag in my big bag. Little tiny shovel for me to clear some snow. Only one bottle of water, which I need more than life itself right now. Gonna try and fly my drone. I'm hearing airplanes above. Hopefully this ain't a no-fly zone, because I really want to see if there's somebody out here, because I've been hearing someone screaming. Unless it's just somebody messing around. But if there is someone out here, I bet you anything that jacket that I found probably belongs to them. Yeah, let me just show you guys like how vast this forest is. Like, it is massive, and I'm hiking all through this. Like, this is where I am right now. Like, I'm in the middle of this. Holy moly. But I don't, like, there's nothing that's gonna catch my eye right now. Let's see.
Max altitude reached.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody out here. I mean, that doesn't mean that there isn't. I just can't see them on the drone. All right, well, whatever, man. I'm just gonna start cleaning up this fort, clean the snow around, and get my shelter ready for tonight. Make a fire and everything. I gotta collect fire. Well, I mean, there's a lot of firewood here. I think I can get it going. So yeah, I will see you guys back. Woo. Okay, that was loud. That sounded like it was close by. It's been like frequent. It's like every little while you hear something. Oh. Someone's scarf. Ew, what is that? There's something on it. Is that blood? Oh no. It's like frozen blood on this scarf. Yeah, look, you can see it on the actual snow. Wait a sec. What I thought was diarrhea over there might actually be what's on this. Like, who does this belong to? Like, we found a jacket now, a scarf. We've heard a woman screaming. Someone definitely needs our help out here. Just gonna leave that there. That's gross. Yeah.
Eventually, Mo decides to head back to his car, clearly uneasy. But just when it seems like the situation couldn't get any stranger, he notices someone else nearby.
And this guy was just standing on the trail, smoking a cigarette, and he looked really, really stressed and pissed off. But I don't see a woman anywhere. There's another guy behind me here. But he literally just rolled in. But this guy in the white car looked very fucking suspicious, so I started recording him. Like, he was just standing there, looking like he's waiting on someone, and there's literally no one else here. So I don't know, I think this might be our guy. I have no proof of it, but he just looked like he was very pissed. And when I was walking out the trail, he was just walking very, very slowly, like he had just done something wrong. Why is this guy like circling my car? That's weird. Maybe this is our guy. What's he doing? What the hell is Buddy doing? What are you doing, buddy? Buddy, what are you doing? What the hell is he doing? Oh, he's cleaning up some garbage. Okay, that's nice of him. Or evidence. He just picked up a beer can. Okay, Buddy's not our perp here. I still think it's this dude in the white car. Now he's just sitting there. His car's not even running. It's cold outside. Yeah, no joke, guys. When I was walking out almost near the parking lot, I ran into this guy that was smoking a cigarette, which I told you guys back there I smelled cigarettes, right? And he was just standing literally in the middle of the way, not moving, nothing. And I think I got a recording of him doing that. And then he started going when he realized I was behind him, but he was walking very, very slowly, almost like in a manner where he had done something wrong. But there's no woman out here. So I got his plates, C918 Honda Civic. I got his plates just in case. I think I got his face. I don't know how clear that camera was. I'm gonna drive by him right now and see if there's a woman in the vehicle. That's probably like the best thing to do. All right, here we go. I'm so nervous right now. Let's see if there's a woman in the vehicle, yeah? Yeah, I don't see a woman in the car. What's he doing? He's got clothes back there. Oh, that's weird. Why is Buddy over here running away now? That's so weird. This guy came, picked up a can, and just left. Oh, he's pulling out. Bro, is this guy gonna follow me? I'm gonna pull back in and try to record him. I feel like this may be our guy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in. Oh wait, he just like changed. What the hell? All right, now I look suspicious to him. He just changed where he was parked when that guy left, took off running. What the f is going on around here? Like, actually. So here's what's gonna happen. I don't see a woman anywhere, but looks like there's a car that maybe crashed, or maybe it's her car. Maybe something happened. What the hell happened here? Is that a woman? Oh my god. That's a woman on the phone. Oh. Maybe something happened to her. But she had clothes on her. I'm going back. This is crazy. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this just happened. Like, something literally just happened. I gotta figure out what it is. Let's see if we can get a shot of her face. She's sitting in the tow truck passenger side. Like, her car, maybe it's just a coincidence that there's somebody broken. Yeah, that is a woman. Hi, are you okay? What the f? Okay, I'm like, this is f***ed up. Dude sitting there in the parking lot. I'm recording this for the cops. Like, something just went down. The parking lot is literally right there, guys. Dude's sitting there. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. He's still sitting there. Hold on. Let's see if I can get a glimpse of him. And I'm going to tell them what I found. I'm going to send them my footage. If that is the woman, she's okay. And she's wearing clothes somehow. Maybe the tow truck guy gave her clothes. I don't know. That guy looked fucking shady, I'm telling you. He looked fucking shady. My blood is literally boiling right now. Like, I'm really pissed off.
Adding another layer of confusion to an already disturbing experience. Unfortunately, the video cuts forward to Mo back at home. He explains that despite everything he saw and found, he was never able to confirm whether the person he encountered near his car had any connection to the jacket in the woods. To this day, no clear answers have come out about what really happened, and maybe that uncertainty is what makes the entire experience feel even more unsettling. It was April 9th, 2025, when the YouTube channel Man Dog Wild uploaded what seemed like another routine outdoor adventure, an evening hike through the mountains, accompanied by his loyal dog, Yeti. At first, everything felt calm. The landscape stretched out in quiet beauty, the air cool and still as daylight slowly faded. Locals call this region the Skinwalker Mountains, a place long associated with eerie folklore, strange sightings, and stories that never quite have clear explanations. But nothing about this hike would stay normal for long. It began peacefully. Yeti moved ahead on the trail with her usual energy, weaving through the terrain without hesitation. Then, something changed. She slowed, stopped, and stayed unusually close. It wasn't fear, at least not the kind you'd expect.
She's a very simple dog. She's either completely unstable and constant zoomies, or she's very serious. And right now she's slowed down and she'll stop and she'll want me to follow her to take me somewhere or show me something. And at this point, now she's not going to stray too far from me because now she wants to show me something. We've just been out here exploring, as we usually do around this time, you know, a little earlier than this. It's getting a bit dark now. And we've been on one of these abandoned roads that go to nowhere. They've just been left. Walking these dirt roads, and Yeti comes across this little trail. She slowed down and she wants to show me. See, she's right there. She's not running. She's not got the zoomies as she normally does. She's staying close by. She's sensing something.
It felt more like awareness, as if she sensed something her owner couldn't. Moments later, their path shifted. They left the main trail behind and followed a narrow, overgrown route, one that looked like it hadn't been touched in years.
Yeti was checking out this stuff. Looks like a That's just scary, huh?
The deeper they went, the heavier the silence became. Then, hidden beneath the trees, they found it. Something that didn't belong. Resting alone in the wilderness was a doll, its face worn, cracked, and disturbingly lifelike in the fading light. It wasn't discarded like trash. It looked placed, intentionally. And that's what made it unsettling. They were miles from any homes, roads, or campsites. Whoever brought it here had done so on purpose. But it didn't end there.
What's that? This is the... It's creepy, huh? What is that? So, this is where she leads us? That's super strange, huh? Like burnt into the rock. So obviously these mountains are strange places. Someone's come out here and made this. They've made this and I don't know what to make of this. What's your guys' thoughts on this? I have no idea. Maybe it's some kind of worshipping thing. Maybe it's just a sign. Maybe hunters, kind of marker. I don't know.
Nearby, carved deep into a large rock, was something even more disturbing. A dark, scorched symbol. It didn't look natural. It looked burned into the stone. Deliberate, precise, almost ritualistic. Its meaning was impossible to understand, but its presence felt intentional. A marker, a warning, or something worse.
I'm not going the way of the plantation. That's just way too thick, so I'm figuring I'm gonna go around. I definitely saw lights. Caught a video also. I took a look. And I don't know. Obviously, maybe we kind of did the same thing, and we all turned our lights off and moved away. But when I turned around, I couldn't see the lights anymore, and they probably couldn't see mine. But the strange thing was, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the sound. It's a really high, kind of pitched sound, frequency, whatever. I think they call it a mosquito or something. And they use it to move people away from places they don't want them hanging out. So when I stopped, it had this ringing in my ears. It's horrible, really high pitched.
As they turned to leave, something else caught his attention. Movement on a distant ridge. Small lights flickered in the darkness. Brief, subtle, shifting, and then gone. The moment he switched off his flashlight, they vanished completely. Seconds later, a sharp, high-pitched sound cut through the silence. Mechanical, piercing, unnatural. It resembled the kind of frequency used in cities to drive people away. But out here, deep in untouched wilderness, it felt different. Less like a deterrent, more like a warning. And through it all, Yeti remained still, calm. The same dog that would normally react to every sound, every movement, now stood completely silent. That silence felt wrong, more unsettling than the noise itself. Choosing not to risk it, he took a different route back, avoiding the same path entirely. The lights didn't return, the sound faded into nothing, and whatever they had stumbled upon remained behind them. Unexplained, some believe the doll and the symbol point to hidden rituals, carried out far from civilization to avoid discovery. Others think the sound came from devices meant to scare away intruders. But together, the objects, the markings, the lights, and the noise felt too deliberate to ignore, as if someone or something wanted to be noticed, just enough to create fear. So, the question remains, was it all coincidence, or is there something far more organized, hidden deep within the Skinwalker Mountains? And maybe the most unsettling thought of all, did Yeti stay calm because she already knew exactly what was out there? On November 9th, 2025, the creator behind Dead Appalachia ventured to a remote, off-grid cabin deep in eastern Ohio. His goal was simple in theory, but unnerving in practice: deliberately break every so-called rule of Appalachia and see what responded. What started as a folklore experiment soon shifted into something far more instinctive, where darkness, silence, and the weight of old legends seemed to shape everything around him.
Bench. Oh man, this is looking cool. All right, here's the cave. Huh. Ah! Oh, thorns. Just thorns. I'm jumpy right now, man. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Not much of a cave as much as it is an overhang, huh? Let's see down here. Maybe there's a bigger opening. I'm honestly kind of worried I'm gonna come across a bear who's just trying to chill. That'd be my luck. Kind of just an overhang, not much of a cave. I was expecting something like Minecraft, I guess. But this is still pretty cool. Maybe I'll come back out here once the nighttime comes and see if anything gets me for breaking the rule. What the? I think I accidentally turned on my spirit box when I was trying to open up my gear pouch. That scared the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of jarring. There's a lot of weird sounds happening out here. Did you know that Ohio is considered the most haunted state in the entire US? Before I was, really getting into this stuff, I didn't think much of Ohio, because only a tiny sliver of Ohio is actually Appalachia. But as I do more research, it really is an interesting state. There's a lot of natural history. There's a lot of ghost towns here, and there's a crap ton of haunted locations here in Ohio, more so than pretty much anywhere else in the country. So I'm actually kind of excited to be here. I've never been to Ohio before. I keep hearing things rustling along this tree line. I think it's just squirrels, but that's gonna do a whole lot. I mean, it's something. Huh. Well, I found a pond. Good looking pond. Very scudsy. Some type of A-frame with chicken wire on it. I think that may be a duck house. I bet there's chock full of fish in here. Then again, I don't have an Ohio fishing license, and I really don't want to spend the money just to fish for one day. Again, I keep hearing rustling. There's a lot of squirrels around here. All right, let's head back. I'm gonna take a nap with my wife, and we will wake back up when it's dark, and I'll see if I can entice anything to come and eat us. All right, I guess I'll see you in the nighttime.
Upon arrival, he explored the property. A narrow bridge, an abandoned shed, a shallow rock shelf, and a murky pond tucked behind the trees. Even the spirit box turning on by itself hinted that the place carried a presence of its own. But the real test wouldn't begin until nightfall.
Freaking phone. Hopefully you can hear that with the audio turned up. Did y'all hear that rustling? Hello? Any Wendigos out here? Any Skinwalkers? I ain't afraid of you. I'm a little afraid.
As dusk settled, he broke the first rule, whistling into the forest. The echo had barely faded when something large rustled nearby, close enough to feel, yet impossible to see. The reaction was immediate and deeply unsettling, but he pressed on.
The little lanterns here are a nice touch. These ones right here, very much so dead though. I'm worried about going out here without a weapon or something, but I doubt that axe would do me much good anyways. It looks super dull. We'll head this way. I saw a trail that heads up the mountainside. I'm gonna follow that. And once we get up top of the mountain, sit down and start breaking some rules. Check out that moon. That is you probably can't see it too well on a GoPro, but that is a gorgeous crescent moon. I will say I am getting a sort of bad vibe feeling out here. I'm sure you hear this a lot from other paranormal YouTubers, but something feels wrong out here. I feel like I'm not welcome. I guess I am out here purposely breaking supernatural rules. Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Something about the Appalachian woods when the leaves start falling. The woods around here just look so ominous and creepy and uninviting. It's like whatever is out here does not want you in here. Here we are, right here. I'm gonna try to not talk very much on the walk up here, and I'm not gonna put any type of like ambient music. I want y'all to hear the sounds of the forest. So I'm gonna turn up the volume here really loud to see if you guys can hear something that I can't. Here we go. What is this? Feed, sawdust, something or other. Weird. We're just gonna keep heading up into this hill, this mountain. See where it takes us. Once we reach the top, like I said, I'm gonna set my pack down and then just see what happens. Look at this gnarled, creepy ass looking tree. Oh, this forest is daunting. That incline getting the best of me here. All right, this place looks pretty secluded. We're a decent bit away from the cabin. This is as fine place as any. Okay, got the night vision camera going here. This place is terrifying at night. I will tell y'all what. So far, I have not seen anything out of the ordinary. I haven't even seen an animal. Right now I'm just kind of sweeping the area with the IR. If there are any animals or creatures, the IR will make their eyes glow. But right now, I see no signs of animals, cryptids, or whatever else in the vicinity. Yeah, there ain't nothing right now. My name is Luke, and I ain't afraid of you. I'm calling you out. You want to come say hello? I'm right here. Wendigo. 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 Skinwalker. Skinwalker. Come out, you antlered bastard. I ain't afraid of you. I got the Lord on my side, son. Come say something to dear old Appalachia. If you ain't a wuss. Was sent this spirit box by a subscriber of mine. So this will be my first time using it. I honestly don't know how to use it that well. Kind of new to all this, but maybe there's some spiritual energies here I can talk to.
Pay for a vacation later.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you hear that shit? Those are coyotes. Let's go try to see if we can catch him on camera or on the night vision camera. What got them hooting and hollering last time is the spirit box. Maybe if I run it again, I'll get them to start up again. Let's try that. What the actual hell? I think it's about time I head back to the cabin. What the actual hell was that? The spirit box was working fine just a minute ago, getting regular radio signals. Is that normal? I'm sure there's some much more experienced paranormal investigators who have used spirit boxes frequently. Is that normal? For it to make that god-awful sounds? That has set my nerves right on edge. I don't like it. That mixed with those coyotes over yonder, I am more than a little on edge. I think I'm going to continue this investigation in the safety of the cabin. I feel a very, very unwelcoming. All right, let's get back inside my cabin. I'm sure my wife is worried about me.
Walking alone into the woods, dread set in fast. Calling out into the darkness triggered an instant chain reaction. Coyotes erupted from all directions. When the spirit box suddenly emitted harsh, distorted noise, the atmosphere shifted from eerie to openly threatening. He retreated to the cabin. There, his wife reported scratching along the walls and the sound of something dragging outside. By morning, he reflected that Appalachia wasn't the exaggerated nightmare social media often portrayed, but it was clear the woods had responded to his provocations. Some viewers chalk it up to wildlife and instinct. Others believe defying the rules revealed something that listens in the dark. And if those rules were nothing more than superstition, why did everything escalate the moment he chose to ignore them? The video shared on the channel, Kev's Outdoor Adventures, follows Kev and his loyal dog, Cow, as they head out for a wild camping trip on Hunter Hill in Cumbria, England, a place steeped in unsettling history. The area is closely tied to the Old Corpse Road, a path once used to carry the dead across the hills for burial, a tradition that still lingers in local folklore. Kev mentions he's explored this location before, but this time, he wants to fully document the experience. As he treks across the rugged landscape, the camera captures sweeping views of the lake below. The water level is unusually low, revealing small islands that had long been hidden beneath the surface. He reflects on the past, explaining how a devastating flood submerged the village of Mardal beneath what is now a reservoir. The history of the land feels heavy. According to local stories, campers in the area have reported hearing footsteps after dark, sometimes even the faint sound of horses moving across the hills, echoing the old traditions tied to the Corpse Road. That night, lying in his bivvy, Kev begins to hear something.
Sounds like something's outside. They're walking about. I know it's windy, but what's that? I didn't know if you can pick it, you can hear it or not. Right guys, I'm going to turn this light off. Fuck. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I know it's windy, but just sorry those footsteps outside as well. Can't hear it now, like, but now when you feel like people walking around in long grass, makes it a rustling sound. That's what it was like.
At first it's subtle, faint movement nearby, like slow steps brushing through tall grass. When he steps outside to investigate, there's nothing there. No movement, no figure, just silence. But as the night deepens, the wind begins to pick up, and then the sound returns. This time, it's clearer, more deliberate. Kev wakes instantly. The noise doesn't resemble fabric shifting or gear reacting to the wind. It sounds controlled, intentional, like footsteps, steady, measured, and unmistakably human. He switches off his headlamp and lies still, listening as the sound continues just outside his shelter. By morning, as daylight finally breaks, Kev packs up camp. He tries to rationalize what he experienced, but even he admits the sounds didn't match anything he could easily explain.
We're not sick, but like, it's a bit nippy. So, I'm gonna get the tent down, all the stuff's put in the bag. I get this tent down, and we'll be getting out of Dodge City. I bring it back, but we're all packed up to the off a bit. Right guys, we're all packed up, we're heading back down now. It's getting very cold now. As you can see, after I camped, leaving no rubbish. Chow's got his coat on because it's bloody cold. So we're going to head back down now. Bring it back. Yeah. Get it. Chow, this way, come on. Got his hood on. Right, come on.
They felt too precise, too purposeful to be dismissed as wind or wildlife. As he and Cal make their way back down the hill, there's a lingering tension in the air. He attempts to lighten the mood, but the unease remains. Maybe it was just the environment. Maybe an animal moving in a way that mimicked human steps. Or maybe not. Because in places like this, where history runs deep and stories are passed down through generations, sometimes the line between explanation and mystery starts to blur. And it leaves you wondering, was Kev truly alone on that hillside? Or did something from the past follow those same paths once again? English Woodsman is a YouTuber known for posting camping challenges, often putting himself in isolated outdoor situations. In this particular video, he heads out into the UK woodlands for a budget tent camping trip. For the first 30 minutes, everything feels completely normal. He sets up his camp, talks to the camera, and even live streams the experience so viewers can follow along in real time. It's calm, routine, exactly what you'd expect from a solo camping video. But once night falls, the tone shifts.
I'm trying to sleep and I always like get a flash of light on the tent. Now, if you look back on the live stream that I did, I showed people a reaction of someone in the, the trees with a torch walking backwards and forwards. I don't know if it's someone who subscribed to my channel who may be local and he's trying to find out where I am, trying to scare me a little bit, but I've seen the light flash now over my tent area. So we're going to get out and have a little look, see if I can see the light. The problem is my battery is only on 16% because the live stream flattened it. And I am using my phone as well. But we need to get out. I don't know if he's just trying to be a silly bugger about it, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? But I'm not enjoying it. I think it's rude. I just have to wait, won't I? Told you. It's like they're looking for someone. Oh, get down a bit. That must be someone who's seen my live stream, who knows where I am. this way a little bit. See, lights there now. Got to be looking for me. Let's go that closer to camouflage, not at tent. Must be. What local follows to my channel.
At one point, a figure can be seen moving through the forest in the distance. The person appears to be completely alone, slowly wandering between the trees as if searching for something. Or someone. It's not clear who they are or why they're there, which makes the moment even more unsettling. The uploader later suggested it could have been someone who saw the live stream earlier and decided to track him down as a prank. But even then, it raises questions because the timing and the isolation make it feel far more serious. Eventually, the figure disappears back into the darkness and nothing further happens that night. English woodsman makes it through safely, but the encounter leaves behind a lingering sense of unease. It's one of those situations that feels like it could have taken a much darker turn. On May 26th, 2025, YouTuber Ray RLC uploaded a video that stands out as one of the most unsettling clips you'll come across on the platform. He had gone out to a nearby forest, setting up a trail camera along what looked like an active deer path, hoping to capture some nighttime wildlife activity.
On a deer trail. Look where it goes. So I, parked down that way, walked up here. It keeps going on up there. And I want to look up that way up the trail. So, I think the perfect spot would be right here. This good old spot. And just look straight up there. And if any deer come walking by, I'll catch them. So I need to get the trail cam and set it up. And we got her. So here's the trail cam. Got it set up. It's facing over there perfectly. But I've got a nice little treat for you guys. There's the sound recorder. Okay. So I'm going to have the trail cam going. I'm also going to have the sound recorder going. I'm going to listen to the audio first and then the trail cam. Just to see what we hear and then what we see. Because that's kind of...
The next morning, he returned to collect the camera. At first, everything seemed normal. While reviewing the footage, there were only a few faint, unremarkable sounds. But, as he kept watching, the situation took a strange and disturbing turn. Unexpectedly, a cow and a pig pass in front of the camera, completely out of place for that kind of environment. It's odd, but what follows is far more unsettling. A man then appears in the frame. He's shirtless, covered in dirt, and moving in a slow, crawling manner across the ground, holding an axe in his hand. The way he moves, combined with the setting, makes the moment deeply unnerving. What makes it even worse is what Ray later revealed. He believes he saw that same man earlier that morning while heading back to retrieve the camera. If that's true, it suggests the individual had been out there in the forest all night. To this day, there's no clear explanation for who the man was or what he was doing there. It's the kind of footage that turns an ordinary outdoor setup into something that feels straight out of a nightmare. This chilling footage comes from Jake, the YouTuber you might know, from his channel, Jake Ghost Hunter. For over 2 years, Jake has taken his audience into the heart of the paranormal, exploring abandoned buildings, haunted houses, and uncovering dark secrets hidden within. But on this night, what happened shook not only Jake and his friend, but even the police who were called in. The night started like any other of Jake's investigations, as he and his friend drove toward a school rumored to be haunted. After parking outside, they read up on the school's dark history. The stories were disturbing, but after coming this far, they were determined to go inside. Their hearts pounded as they approached. The moment they stepped through the doorway, an overwhelming sense of dread hit them.
The third floor, dude. Where shadow figures are extremely common. If there's anybody here, any spirits, children, teachers, principals, janitors, we're here to talk to you tonight. Feel free to make any kind of noises you want. Hello? Holy whoa. Someone just got thrown, dog. What? Can you walk towards us? Whoa, bat. Where, dude?
Bird.
What the hell is that?
It's a bat, I think.
It is a bat. Oh.
Oh no, this isn't good.
No, that's not good.
This isn't good. Okay. Oh crap.
Hey, bat.
Hello.
Hey, mister. It's right there, you see it? Mr. Bat? Mr. Bird? Okay, it's
Oh,
a dove.
It's a dove. Pigeon.
It's a pigeon. We got him. Hey, buddy. Alright, let's keep exploring, bro. Let's work our way down.
It felt as though something, or someone, was already watching. They tried to shake it off, joking that a startled pigeon had caused the uneasy feeling. But deep down, they knew this was just the beginning. After exploring one wing, they moved toward another, but suddenly, a sound stopped them dead in their tracks.
Eerie feeling, I don't like it.
I don't either.
Do we keep walking, dude?
Yeah, let's just keep walking.
Okay.
What?
I hope that was a bat clear down there, but I 100% saw a black ball just go across the middle of that hallway. Yes, dude.
We should go check it out.
Anyone down here with us? We're here to communicate.
Fear surged. Was there someone else in the building, a squatter, or something far worse? They hurried downstairs to catch their breath and listen, but the silence was deafening. In a moment of reckless bravery, they decided to split up, and that's when everything went wrong.
What is that? What is that? It's a ring. Dude. Dude. I'm like frozen in fear. Sounds in the running.
How do you explain like 10 running footsteps?
No. Since we're getting a ton of weird things right here, let's just set up in the middle and put gear all around us and see what happens. Alright, so now we're sitting on the third floor hallway. The REM pod just went nuts, so now it's time to see exactly what is up here with us right now. Can you go like that, bro? Again?
Yeah, let me take my bag off.
3, 2, 1. Dude, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So guys, look at Noah's camera. That is what we're seeing right now. Can you touch that REM pod again, that red light? Touch one of our pieces of equipment. Oh. Dude! Bro, what the hell was
I
that?
just saw a ball of light right in front of me.
No way.
Yeah, it was like, it looked like a freaking like a plasma.
Dude, what was that bang?
I don't know, that was loud. I just heard a kid go, hey.
Yeah, it was like...
Oh my god!
Back away if we heard your voice! Was that someone else? Can you touch that again? Dude, right when you heard the kid's voice. Dude, what is happening, man?
I don't know. But that was a clear voice.
Yeah, it was like, hey! It was like a, hey! I heard like weird. And then the freaking REM pod went off, detecting an energy surge. So guys, we are going to... Has this been on?
What was that?
What the actual fuck was that? Right, we're in this inbox, dude. Oh my god. Hello?
Oh my god.
Right when we're about to go alone, dude. Wow. Dude, that sounds like one of the walls just crumbled, actually. Or the desk, dude.
The story about the desk.
And guess where all the desks are in the school? They're backstage in that room, dude. All the chairs.
Yeah.
What is the REM pod doing? I don't know. Who just made that sound? I'm shaking so bad. What if just boom? What if that was the front door being like pushed open because of the stick? Should we check real quick before we do this? Dude, okay, let's go. Jake! Oh my god, Jake! Was that inside?
Yeah.
Shh. Get down here now. Now get down here, dude.
No, you come with me, bro. That was on my level.
Call the cops on my phone now. Call the cops. Call the fucking cops. Call the fucking cops. Just get down. Turn the lights off. That was gunshots. That was gunshots. Shut. Just sit down. Turn the light off. Where's it on? I'm at the old Liberty High School. There's shots fired. Please come here quick.
Okay, stand by, please. Are you guys in a safe spot right now, hiding?
Kind of, but not really.
Okay. And what can you necessarily hear?
I just hear them. I heard them mess with the door.
Did you see anything?
No, we just heard the gunshots right outside and I ran up here. And then we hear them entering. Or it sounds like it.
Okay. Where does it sound like the shots came from?
Outside by on the north side. Yeah, we hear those. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna put you in the pocket real quick. Okay.
Put your hands up. Boy, stick it.
Thank you all.
Yep.
Shaken to their core, the friends later recounted the events to the police. Concerned that someone armed might be hiding inside, the officers entered the abandoned school, but what they encountered was not what they expected.
Office security, or make yourself known.
Something in there. Are you serious?
For real?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What?
Let me just.
For real?
So right there on the second floor.
Yes.
We were looking this way. I heard pitter patter, like that, along that. What would that be? The east wall. Yeah. And then he hears it at the end of the hallway, and as I'm taking my light down, I see something go, like dart across.
Are you guys dead ass?
Swear.
Do you have
and
body
we were
cam?
like, no. But we were talking about you guys. We were like, let's just black out for a second. So we went completely black in there, and all of a sudden we heard movement behind us, and we just ran.
For real?
Moments later, they were seen sprinting out, visibly shaken, faces pale. They insisted the building was empty. So, if no one was inside, what terrified them so profoundly? Whatever it was left a permanent mark, not just on Jake and his friend, but on trained officers who had no reason to believe in the paranormal. Did they witness something beyond explanation? That question remains, and the truth may never be known. Mary, the creator behind Maximalist Minibus, built her audience on raw, unfiltered glimpses into her life outdoors. On the night of September 10th, 2025, something simple, finally setting up a trail camera she'd been putting off for over a year, turned into something deeply unsettling. She'll be the first to admit she procrastinates. The solar-powered trail camera had been sitting untouched, always waiting for the right time. A quick trip to Walmart finally gave her everything she needed.
I had this camera for at least a year, maybe more, probably, maybe even 2 years. It's a trail cam with a little solar panel on the top, and it has its own power and everything. And I searched for it because I wanted one that had its own power so I could put it anywhere. Didn't have to worry about whether I have power there. And it has the solar panel, and then it also has inside this little door, it has battery backup. You're supposed to put batteries in it, which I haven't done yet. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, the batteries are like C batteries, or, oh no, actually, you know what? It's 4 AA's. So I got to get AA batteries, but it works without it. So I should still be able to set it up. But the reason I haven't set it up is because it takes an SD card, and I have SD cards, but they're, I don't have any this small. It only takes it can only be a maximum 32 megabyte SD card. So I've had it on my list on and off forever to buy a card for this thing. And finally, I was at Walmart and I remembered. So I got an SD card. So now tonight I can set this up. I'm going to put the camera on this little footstool that I always put in front of my tent when I close it up for the night. It's basically just shooting right next to the bus. Probably not the most exciting place to put the camera. Probably should put it over by the creek. But for the first night, I don't even know if it's set up right, so I'm just going to leave it.
That night, she placed the camera on a small footstool near her tent, aiming it toward her bus and the surrounding woods. She expected harmless footage, maybe raccoons rummaging around, or a deer passing quietly through the trees. But the next morning, something felt wrong. The tent was unzipped, but not how she left it. It had been opened from the top down, like someone had carefully worked their way inside. For a moment, she almost brushed it off, until she remembered the camera, and then she checked the footage.
First part, it shot at like 8:30, and it just got like some campers walking to the restroom, but then nothing until 2:30. And then at 2:30, you should see these headlights. So it looks like the car's coming from around, like maybe either somebody drove in and they're turning around right now, or I don't know, or I don't think it's a camper, but so the headlights come this way, and then it's a pickup truck that goes by. I don't recognize it. It could belong to a camper, could belong to somebody in the cabins up the road, but I know most of those cars. It's not a vehicle I recognize. Let's start with that. But right after it goes by, keep your eye on this over here. Okay, there he is. You see him? He's got glasses on that are shining. He's got on a baseball cap. It looks like he might have a goatee. And here he comes. He walks across. See, he's got a trash bag, it looks like. And I thought at first he had a backpack on, but you'll see in a minute it's not a backpack. So he walks by. And then it missed the first part of him, but then he comes back with a flashlight. And he's coming around, like I have a table over here with a bunch of stuff on it. He's coming around probably checking out what's on that table. I think okay, now look, here he comes. Now he's shining the flashlight in through the mesh of the tent, trying to see what's inside the tent. And you can see like his pants are all kind of frayed and everything, but he leaves again. He walks by and he's going like probably over to the golf cart to see what's in the golf cart, because the golf cart's parked in front of the bus. And then he goes around. I think he must probably go around the bus and come back again, because give it a second. He's going to come back. There he goes, coming back around for another chance. And this time, he's not going to just look inside the tent. This time, yeah. Give him a second. There he goes. He's coming right to the tent. And look at this. He moves the camera. I mean, he moves the camera. I guess he doesn't know it's a camera, but he moves the steps with the camera so that he can unzip the tent and get inside. And then he's inside the tent for all you can hear him plunking around, moving things, stuff like that, moving stuff around. And then the movement stops, so the camera kind of stops.
At exactly 2:30 a.m., a pickup truck rolled slowly past her campsite. Seconds later, a figure stepped out from the darkness. A man, baseball cap, glasses catching the faint light. Something like a trash bag draped over his shoulders. He moved with intention, quiet, careful. A flashlight beam cut through the dark as he approached the tent. He looked inside, then went in. For several minutes, he moved through her belongings, calm and methodical. At one point, he even adjusted the camera itself, tilting it as if he wanted a better view of everything around him. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't panicking. He was comfortable. And when he finally left...
I've been looking around trying to figure out what he took, but I can't really find anything. I mean, the most obvious thing would have been this tablet. I mean, I don't leave my laptop in here, so tablet would have been the next best thing. He didn't take it. Then again, it's kind of old school. Maybe he's an electronic snob. I don't know. My printer's here. This is a good printer. He didn't take that. Umbrella lights, solar umbrella lights. Those would probably be good if you were camping or something. Maybe, I don't know. He didn't take them. Ryobi charger would only be good if you had Ryobi tools. Elvis glasses. Yeah, all this stuff is still here. Oh, my hummingbird feeder is still here. He didn't take that. And this is, remember I told you I had a cute squirrel feeder? This is it. It's not assembled yet. Surprise. But I do have a toolbox in here, and it's got a lot of small tools, you know, things that he could have taken either to use or to sell. Things with some value, and he didn't take those either, so I don't know. It doesn't really look like he took anything. So I don't really even know why he was here.
He barely took anything. Hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, toilet paper. That was it. Nothing valuable, nothing worth the risk. And that's when it started to feel different. This didn't look like someone breaking in for money or valuables. It felt like someone surviving. Someone living out there, taking only what they needed to get by. Mary was left with a strange mix of emotions. The obvious fear that someone had been inside her space while she slept. But alongside it, something unexpected. Empathy. Why didn't he just knock? And if he had, would anyone have actually helped him? In the end, nothing truly harmful happened, but the feeling it left behind was impossible to ignore. Because the truth is, even in the quietest corners of nature, you're never really alone. Austin Armstrong is the kind of creator who actively seeks discomfort. His channel is built around stepping into the unknown. New places, unfamiliar environments, situations most people would rather watch from a distance than experience themselves. But on one particular camping trip, he ran into something he wasn't prepared for, a kind of fear he didn't see coming.
And today, I just decided to go camping. Now, as you can kind of sort of maybe see, it's kind of raining, but that's okay. I just went out in the middle of nowhere at this campground at Poca Lake in Indiana. I'm the only one out here. Obviously, it's kind of cold and it's projected to get colder and it's raining. But I like a challenge whenever I camp, and I've camped in much worse weather conditions than this. So I figured, yeah, why not? So here's my little site right there. So I'm gonna make the most of what I have here, and
He decided to take a solo trip out to Poca Lake, Indiana. The weather was already working against him, cold, wet, and miserable. But that was part of the appeal. When he arrived, the campground was completely empty. At first, it felt perfect, quiet, isolated, entirely his. He set up his tent beneath a tree for some protection from the rain, then spent over an hour struggling to get a fire going. Eventually, he managed it, a small, steady flame, just enough to push back the cold. But as night fully settled in, he realized it wouldn't last.
It's been about 2 hours now since it stopped raining. I still need to find more wood, so I have my headlamp. I just need to find some bits and pieces just to keep it going. We're going pretty strong, but it's getting pretty thin, if you can tell, like down in the bottom of it. You can't really see anything out here, so yeah, I have this flashlight. It's got a good beam on it. So I found a stack of firewood out this way. Okay, you can kind of see that light right there. So that's an outhouse. So if I follow this light where my light's going here, there's a former campfire that was over here, and somebody left a decent stack of fire.
If he wanted to make it through the night, he'd need more wood. So he grabbed his flashlight and stepped out into the darkness. The campground felt different now. What had been peaceful during the day was now heavy, almost suffocating. Every step echoed louder than it should. Every shadow felt deeper. At a nearby empty campsite, he spotted a stack of firewood left behind.
I'm trying to find a rational explanation too. Like, maybe it was the wood. But it doesn't look any different than when I left. And I don't think that this would make that kind of sound. What was that? I hope that showed up like on the camera. Let's see that. Okay, this is better. Come on, surely there's not something out here right now. I would be upset. I would be so upset if there's something out here right now. But that was a very large boom and snap. It sounded like there was something like climbing through something. So it could have been an animal. But I'm praying to God that it was something collapsing in the fire. But it was very, very loud.
He moved toward it, ready to grab what he needed. And then it happened. A sudden massive boom ripped through the silence, echoing through the trees. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't distant. It was loud, sharp, violent. The fear hit instantly. He froze, then swung his flashlight around in every direction, scanning the darkness, trying to find anything, any movement, any explanation. His mind scrambled to make sense of it. Maybe something fell. Maybe a branch snapped. Maybe. But even as he thought it, he knew it didn't fit. The sound was too intense, too deliberate. Trying to calm himself, he searched for a cause. Eventually, he noticed a large sign he had propped up earlier. It had fallen over. That had to be it. It made sense, at least on the surface. For a moment, that explanation brought relief, but it didn't last. The rain picked up again. The darkness felt heavier, and no matter how hard he tried to convince himself, that uneasy feeling kept creeping back in. By 1 a.m., he was done. In his own words, he was paranoid as hell.
It's almost 1 a.m. and I bagged out of the tent because it's pouring and I got paranoid as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaky out here by yourself. I'm not gonna lie, it's true. But that's okay. I'm warming up this the vehicle here, kind of charging my phone just in case I need to like contact anything. I just figured I would be safer and warmer and better off in this van than in a tent. I don't know, it seems like common sense to me. But I'm still out here, still going strong. I'm trying my hardest to keep going.
He abandoned the tent completely, walked back to his van, and locked himself inside for the rest of the night. Nothing else happened after that. No more sounds, no movement, just silence. But that's what makes it worse, because the question never left. Was it really just the sign falling over? Or was that simply the explanation his mind grabbed onto? Because it needed one. Whatever made that sound out there in the dark, the fact that he never truly found out, that's the part that stays with you. This footage comes from the Tyler Wood Camping channel, and it begins as a simple overnight truck camping trip in the quiet countryside of Iowa. Tyler and his friend Marvin had planned a peaceful stay at Yellowbank Campground. Tyler would sleep in the back of his modified truck, while Marvin set up a hot tent nearby. The goal was straightforward: test some new gear, cook a homemade meal, and enjoy a calm evening under the open sky. But what started as a relaxing night outdoors quickly turned into something far more serious.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am out here at the beautiful campgrounds known as Yellowbanks. I come here quite a bit actually. I did some few modifications to the truck, as you guys are gonna see. Everything's still not complete. I learned on going on each adventure that I'm gonna keep adjusting the sleeping quarters that's gonna work best for me. So I did do a little bit of modification. Here's kind of the outside view of it. It was storming, raining pretty bad. It said it was going to rain all night, but I don't think it's going to. But hey, bonus if it does. And here we go. We got the back. As you can see, I did add some carpet. I don't think that light setup's going to actually work, so I still might have to find out, try to get some different lights. But I did add carpet to the top. It's not all complete yet. Like that corner's not complete. Nothing down on the window. But yeah, so I did add the carpet on top and on the bottom. If you guys are curious how I did that, because I got a quote, it was like $900 to add carpet to the topper and to the bed of the truck, and I did it for 40 bucks. He's gonna have his little setup over here, and I'll be sleeping out the back of my truck. Tonight's meal, we're gonna make SOS, or I don't know if this is the correct term, but my grandma would always call it shit on a shingle. So we're gonna make shit on a shingle, SOS, chip beef, some people call it. We're gonna make that tonight, and then in the morning we're gonna make some scrambled eggs and bacon burritos. And of course, all that wouldn't be complete without some of the Fowler's Makery Mischief spicy chipotle sauce. And we do have that bottle, that $700 bottle of the Macallan 18. It's an 18-year-old Scotch whiskey. We're gonna go ahead and bust that out because I forgot, as part of the last video where I paid off the Jeep, we were gonna celebrate. I didn't even get around to it.
As the video begins, Tyler walks through the upgrades he's made to his truck. New carpeting, improved lighting, and carefully organized storage, all done through DIY work to avoid the high cost of professional builds. With everything set, they move on to dinner. The plan is to cook a hearty, nostalgic meal and celebrate the trip with a bottle of fine Scotch whiskey. For a moment, everything feels perfect, but then the atmosphere begins to shift. The sky darkens, clouds thicken, the temperature drops. Within minutes, their phones start buzzing. tornado alerts.
Get scared, we don't run away. We go out and we chase them. We show them who's the boss. This is our turf. It's our block, right? So yeah, throw them up. Throw them up.
It's our hood.
It's our hood, right? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but tornado sirens are going off now. Which is surprising, you know, it's not really surprising this time of year. I mean, the other day it was like 65 degrees out. Day before that was like 20 degrees. So weather fluctuating like that, hot, cold, perfect brewing temps for a tornado. So, but then again, don't listen to me. I'm not no meteorologist or whatever the hell they're called. I'm just a guy who enjoys the outdoors. All right, so most of this video is probably gonna be hard to hear me because we got one of the tornado sirens right over here. It's really loud, so I figured we probably should start making dinner now in case something were to happen. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me during this part. This was not planned, by the way, but makes for good content. I mean, kind of put you on the edge of your seat. We're not too worried. We got a couple of fields back here, the main road through there. We'll find our way out if we get in center of a situation where we have to leave in a hurry. So everything's kind of still put up on my truck. And so if we do have to hurry up and throw stuff in the back and then take off in case if a tornado does come, we are ready.
Sirens begin echoing in the distance, barely cutting through the growing sound of wind. Despite the warnings, Tyler and Marvin don't panic right away. In the Midwest, tornado sirens are common, and often they pass with nothing more than heavy rain and strong gusts. Still, they take precautions. They rush to finish cooking, keep their gear loosely packed, and stay alert.
All right, we might have to abandon. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, it's coming. Gotta leave the food behind. Come on, let's go.
South of Highway G24 and R57, very specific location.
Ooh, crazy.
Here in Norwalk, that is part of the apparent tornado path. So again, starting to talk about damage in.
Oh man, his shelter's gone.
In Norwalk, several houses. We haven't gotten a sense of what that damage is yet. One is going to start wondering if we're going to start seeing windows blown out.
Well, we just lost dinner. I was gonna make SOS for you guys, but yeah, this is crazy.
The National Weather Service in Des Moines has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Lucas County.
That's right where we're at right now. We're in Des Moines.
Eastern Decatur County in south central Iowa. Southeastern Clark County in south central Iowa until 6 p.m. At 5:22 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Expected hazards included a damaging tornado. Tornadic debris has been confirmed by radar. The following impacts are expected. You are in a life-threatening situation.
That's crazy. Now we gotta try to salvage what's left of camp. Dinner tonight is no longer gonna be SOS. As you guys saw me making it, I mean, yeah, it got a little dark out, but all of a sudden that storm just came out of nowhere. I mean, those winds had to be, I don't even know, 50, 60 mile an hour winds. Super crazy. Everything's lost. As you can see, the whole campsite's just gone. We gotta start trying to find out exactly where everything is. There's 3 tornadoes on the ground. I mean, this is wild. There's our dinner sitting right there. We gotta pick up all this trash that we had accumulated on our campground. Storm or no storm, you know, pick up after.
Then everything changes. The storm hits harder and faster than expected. Winds begin to roar, bending trees and reducing visibility to almost nothing. Updated weather reports confirm multiple tornadoes forming nearby. In an instant, the mood shifts from calm to critical. Their campsite starts to fall apart. Marvin's tent is torn to shreds. Tyler's cooking equipment is scattered across the ground. Branches snap, debris flies, and small structures begin to collapse under the pressure of winds exceeding 60 miles per hour. And then the worst update comes in.
Bye. Had to give a quick update to the wife, let her know we just kind of survived a tornado. This is wild. Whole campsite's gone, man. I mean, I can replace this. Not you know, the end of the world. I'm not gonna put anyone in safety at first. But siren just going back off again. Like I said, there's three confirmed tornadoes on the ground. And to be honest, as crazy as that was, I still don't want to leave. I want to stay in and hunker it down. This one's for you, Steve. This thing's melted down. I was going to show you guys earlier too. This is the hail that was coming down as well. It was a little bit bigger than this, not by much, maybe like half the size of a golf ball, but yeah.
A tornado has touched down, and it's heading directly toward them. With no time left, they abandon everything. Dinner is left behind. Gear is forgotten. Survival becomes the only priority as they scramble to escape.
Happened tonight, but yeah, so here's what the tornado did. I think that was already there, that cut, but knocked all these branches up and over, flooded this whole area. We're just on our way to go up to Burger King, go get some food since our dinner is out spread all across the woods. And we got, I mean, look at this, damage everywhere. Oh my gosh, look at that. The whole base of that tree came down from top of that. Yeah. Oh, and it blew the gate and hit his truck too. Pretty good, man. Tree landed right on this house.
Oh, look at that house.
Oh, no way.
Here, let me get this on video. I'll call you back.
Oh my gosh. This whole house is gone, guys. Whole house is gone. Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and show you guys everything that happened, but there's a couple trucks flipped over on the side of the road over there.
There's no paranormal element here. No unexplained figures in the dark. Just a rare, unfiltered look at what it's like to be caught off guard by nature at its most violent. What began as a simple camping trip turned into a test of instinct, awareness, and survival. A harsh reminder that no matter how prepared you think you are, nature always has the final word. This is Christopher Brian Hill, a fearless YouTuber known from his channel, Herc Hill. He ventures into places most wouldn't dare to go. His mission? Exploring abandoned buildings, often alone, deep in the dead of night. Tonight, his target is Oten Junior High School in Cleveland, Ohio, a building left to rot for years. But this isn't just any abandoned school. Almost a year ago, a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed near its grounds. A tragedy that has left an ominous mark on this place. As Christopher steps inside, he's not just walking through broken hallways. He's stepping into the heart of a haunting mystery. Signs of decay are everywhere. Shattered windows, holes in the walls, floors warped and uneven, as if the building itself has a sinister pulse. His camera captures every detail. Minutes into the exploration, Christopher notices something strange.
Wait a minute. This wasn't like this before. Oh crap. I do not remember this being here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
He calls out, confused, but there's no response. Doubt creeps in. Was it there all along? His camera, however, tells a different story.
Okay. I can't remember if this was like this before or not. I could have sworn it wasn't like that before, though. That is weird. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't remember.
The stage is set for what would become one of the most chilling nights of his life. Christopher presses on, nerves steady but heart racing. That's when he discovers something truly horrifying.
shit, look. There's like blood on the floor. Oh shit, there's a bunch. Look at this. Oh, there's a trail of blood. That's crazy. Goes to that door. What the hell?
A line of fresh blood on the floor, leading to a door marked ominously. It's a scene straight from a nightmare, but for Christopher, it's terrifyingly real. A loud noise echoes from the next room, like something, or someone, moving.
Let's follow. What the hell? Somebody was bleeding. Is this real? What the fuck? Bro. It's on the and everything. What? This can't be real.
In that instant, he knows he is not alone. Fear grips him, memories of the boy who was murdered here flashing through his mind. The weight of the tragedy presses down, and suddenly, staying feels like a fatal mistake.
But that does look real. I hope it's not. Oh shit. Yo, there are bullet cases. What was that?
Christopher flees the building, thankfully unharmed. But when he reviews the footage later, chills run down his spine. The camera has captured something even more sinister, proof that he was far from alone that night. What he saw remains a mystery, and one that will haunt him forever. Brad Jigum, a fishing and camping YouTuber based in Arlington, was out on a solo kayak trip, spending the day exploring the water and looking for a good place to fish. At first, everything felt calm and routine as he paddled along, scanning the area for the perfect spot to cast his line. But that peaceful atmosphere didn't last.
Okay. Now you see me, I turned around, I'm going a different route. But if you look to the left of the screen, just look at the left of the screen. Did you see it? You see my head? I am f***ed up right now in the head. Do you hear me? I'm f***ed up. I had to whip out my camera because nobody would believe me. What if my film on her was not recording? I didn't know, you know.
At one point, something unusual caught his attention. Off to the left side of the frame, a body could be seen floating in the water. Without drawing too much focus to it, it was clear enough to understand what he had just come across. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Brad immediately paddled back to shore and contacted the authorities. They later confirmed that it was indeed the body of a man. Out of respect for those involved, the details are best left there, but for those curious, more information can be found elsewhere. It's one of those rare and unsettling moments where an ordinary outdoor trip suddenly turns into something far more disturbing than anyone would expect. On January 5th, 2025, the Indonesian YouTube channel Omamanu uploaded a video documenting a solo overnight deep within a remote plantation. The location sat between a dense rubber forest and endless oil palm groves. At first glance, it appeared quiet, almost peaceful. But that silence carried weight. Years earlier, this very land had been the site of a violent dispute, a clash over territory that left multiple people injured, and at least one man dead. His body, discovered with severe trauma, became the center of disturbing local stories. Stories of a spirit that never left, a presence said to wander the trees, searching for something it never found in life. The creator behind the channel was no stranger to places like this. His content focused on solo horror camping, often in locations marked by tragedy, folklore, and unresolved pasts. But from the moment he arrived, something felt different, heavier. The air was thick, the silence unnatural. No distant voices, no signs of other people. Only the faint hum of insects and the glow of a small campfire breaking through the dark. The night began normally. He cooked his meal, set up his tent, and positioned a CCTV camera outside to monitor the area. Then, the atmosphere began to shift. Strange cries echoed from high in the treetops. Bushes rustled without rhythm. And then, everything stopped. A sudden unnatural stillness swallowed the forest whole. Even the insects fell silent. Sometime after 2 a.m., it escalated. A faint sound broke through the darkness. Then again, clearer this time. A strange, hollow noise, almost like laughter, or something trying to imitate it. Nearby, his motorbike began to move, slight at first. Then again, more noticeably, as if unseen hands were testing it. There was no wind, no animals in sight. The movement felt deliberate, controlled, like something was making sure it was noticed. Gripping his flashlight, he stepped outside. The beam cut through the darkness, scanning the trees. Nothing. The forest stood completely still. But the feeling, the unmistakable sense of being watched, didn't leave. Hours later, when he reviewed the CCTV footage, he found something far more unsettling. For just a few seconds, the camera captured a faint, translucent figure standing beyond the tent. Human-shaped, completely still. And then, gone. Vanishing into the trees as if it had never been there. The moment matched exactly with the movement of the bike. After that, the rest of the night unraveled into fragments of unease. Soft knocks in the distance, shadows shifting at the edge of visibility, and long stretches of silence that felt heavier than any sound. At one point, he questioned whether staying until sunrise was worth it, but he didn't leave. He stayed. choosing to face whatever shared that space with him. When morning finally came, the forest returned to normal. The sounds came back. The light broke through. But the heaviness remained. The cries, the moving bike, the figure caught on camera. Each moment felt like a warning, closer than the last. Some believed the plantation's violent past never truly faded, that the spirit of the man who died there still lingers, unable to rest. Others think the figure was something else entirely, something capable of interacting with the physical world, using movement, using sound to draw attention. Whether it was superstition or something far more real, the footage leaves a question behind. Was that figure simply a trick of the light, or the restless presence of someone who never left? And if the warnings were growing stronger, what might have happened if he stayed one more night? The video, uploaded on August 6th, 2025, follows Kevin, the creator behind the YouTube channel Small Plots, as he attempts a solo overnight camp on the outskirts of Rochester. Looking for a hidden spot, he chose a secluded area near an abandoned railroad track beside a lumberyard. At first, it seemed like the perfect place for a stealth camp, but that decision quickly started to feel like a mistake. Not long after arriving, an uneasy feeling crept in. The area wasn't as quiet as he expected. People were scattered around, lingering in places where no one really should have been. As he waited for things to settle down, something even stranger caught his attention. One by one, several men began moving in and out of the woods.
First I gotta wait for this guy to leave, so I'm gonna kind of like explore the park a little bit. I've been to this park a handful of times in my life, and I've only ever seen like maybe one other person here, maybe a couple other people. This is every parking cars have left, but I'm not even kidding you, there's just like dudes stumbling out of the woods. It's like, that's like the third dude I've seen stumble out of the woods. The first dude is now going back. I think that's the first guy I saw. And he walked back here, waited, he's looking around sketchily, and now that guy is going back in the woods. I feel like there's like some pervert stuff getting in my way right now. I don't know what, I'm not grasping exactly what would be going on to where dudes are like switching places in a forest like that. I don't know how much longer I can sit.
A man would emerge from the trees, pause, then disappear back inside. Then another would do the same, and then another. There was no clear reason, no conversation, no visible goal. Just a repeated, almost coordinated pattern of movement that felt secretive, like something was being hidden or exchanged just out of sight. The longer he watched, the more unsettling it became. Despite the tension, Kevin pushed forward and moved deeper into the woods to set up camp. But the night wasn't over yet.
Just run and go where I need to go. He won't see me. He won't know that I'm about to walk down that old train track there. But I'm gonna make this fast. This is gonna be weird. Let's go. And where I'm going, and then I'll go there. That guy is still there. I can see his, I don't know if the camera's picking up on his red truck. And I saw him walking back towards this area, like through the trees. I don't know if I'm sure he heard me. That was so loud. Whatever. Hopefully he's less sketchy than I am. Wait a minute. I heard a kid or a dog or something. Okay. And hopefully I won't have to do that again until the morning. That's a pain in the butt getting through that. Eesh.
Out of nowhere, a woodchuck suddenly charged toward him, breaking the silence. It was a small animal, but in that moment, after everything he had already witnessed, the sudden movement was enough to send his heart racing. What started as a simple overnight camping trip turned into a night filled with unease, confusion.
Somebody's looking at me right now. Yeah, they're looking right at me. Their dog barked. We can't see him on the camera. But I can see him with my eyes. We're looking at each other. I'm just gonna slowly go down. Somebody, they barked. Walked over there, I guess they have a dog. And we definitely saw each other. At least I saw him, I assume he saw me. Doesn't sound like he's coming this way, but I was definitely seen. Okay, I think I'm good. Whoever saw me probably just, wanted to steer clear of the guy in the woods. I saw his silhouette looking at me. I'm sure he saw mine looking at him. I'm kind of in the only somewhat illuminated area in this little bit of forest. A little baby woodchuck started running at me, ran under my chair, and then up and into a hole over there. Oh man, that guy was not expecting me to be here. I've never had that happen. You ever have an animal just run at you randomly in the night, even if it's a little woodchuck? That was startling. Well, hopefully those people are actually gone, because if they're not, I definitely just gave myself away going, "Bah!" like Hank Hill.
And moments that just didn't sit right. So, here's the question. If you were camping alone and noticed people acting strangely in the dark, would you stay quiet and hope they leave, or pack up and get out immediately? The following clip, uploaded by a YouTuber known as Wayne the Bearded Explorer, he and a friend decided to use the app Randonautica to guide their next adventure. For those unfamiliar, Randonautica generates random nearby coordinates, often leading users to locations they wouldn't normally visit, sometimes with strange or unsettling results. And in this case, things quickly took a disturbing turn. As they approached the coordinates, it didn't take long before they noticed something was off. Scattered across the trees were strange paint markings, almost as if someone had deliberately marked the area.
Hang on. Fuck.
What's that?
There's something painted on the tree. I didn't even see that. There's a fucking arrow on the tree.
Oh. Coming round.
What's that?
Turning your big light off.
It's glow in the dark paint. There is glow in the dark paint on the tree. What? Oh, sorry.
Can't see the light.
It's dark. What? So we are going this way then?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. That's weird. Well, this kind of just doesn't go anywhere. Hang on.
No.
Let me get.
Is it like a teepee?
Oh, there's a teepee.
That's cute.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, look at me going first.
Short Damo's bum. It's for the ladies.
I will say though, it's the most viewed short we put on the channel in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this then? It's quite a nice
There's
little.
something on that tree as well.
Oh, what are these though?
Oh, you can see it glisten. Hang on, let me turn the light off. There's that's another arrow.
That's definitely an arrow.
That is a full arrow. That way.
Look at these though. These are well cool. Well, not cool because what they
What
are.
the hell are they? Well, that's obviously.
Yeah, that's that.
That's that one. We know that.
Yeah. That's like. So like same thing basically, similar.
Oh oh.
So but then.
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
There's two balls. There's a PP. If anyone knows what that is.
Two lines across.
Oh, what?
Despite the uneasy feeling, the duo decided to keep moving forward. That's when they saw it. A light appeared deeper within the woods. It wasn't clear where it was coming from, or who could be out there at that time. Without taking any chances, they immediately turned and ran. After putting some distance between themselves and whatever they had seen, they stopped to catch their breath, but the feeling of unease didn't go away.
My camera's not recording.
Oh. Which way are you going?
Oh, come on. I'm dying.
Oh, come on.
I can't run anymore.
Oh my God.
Hey, wait a sec.
DP, well. Fuck. What the fuck?
Wait a sec.
Oh my God.
I wasn't ready for that today.
No. Really what he said.
I don't know. Was it? Oh God.
Right.
Is there anyone?
I can't see anyone.
No torches?
Can't see.
Oh, my camera started recording again.
Okay.
Let's wait.
Right, come on, let's go. Let's just go.
Oh God. Can you hear that?
What?
Laughing.
Oh. Shit.
This way.
Fucking.
You over?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh fuck. Oh wait. Oh wait. This way. This way. This way.
I think so.
This way. Oh God. What the hell? Oh, I'm too fat for.
I'm not, but I'm still on foot.
Oh my God. Oh.
I still
Fuck
recording.
that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where are we? Should we go the right way?
I think so. Where the f was he? I had the camera looking. There was nothing there. Oh my God.
Oh, so unfit apparently.
Oh, it's a path. That's alright, it's a path. Oh, the f. Yeah.
Wait a sec.
Oh, yeah, 5 minutes. I can't see anyone.
Right, so, are we sure?
Yeah,
I don't want to stop and it just appears.
No, it's fine. I can't see.
He's there.
What?
He's there. Nope.
Shit.
Oh, fuck, come on.
Eventually, they made it back to their car safely. But before leaving, one of them went back to show the camera something they had found earlier.
Okay, ring box.
Nothing on it, really?
Yeah, nothing untoward.
I really hope it's not nothing.
Right,
I'm pretty
just
sure
open it.
When we were
Just
leaving, like, when we were like...
I heard someone shout.
The words I heard were lose it and again. So I could only put together that they either want us to lose it or it was don't lose it.
Don't lose it. Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck.
That's the same ring that we was meant to return.
Something unexpected. A golden ring, clean, polished, and looking almost brand new, lying there in the middle of the forest. What it was doing there, or who it belonged to, remains a mystery. But it's discoveries like this that turn an already frightening experience into something even harder to explain. Katie, the creator behind Katie Roams, sets out on another solo adventure. Her channel is known for quiet isolation, peaceful camps, and the raw, untouched beauty of nature. But this time, the challenge is different. There's no tent, no sleeping bag, no real protection at all. Just a thin 2-pound emergency foil blanket standing between her and the cold. As daylight begins to fade between the trees, one question lingers. How long can someone last when every comfort is stripped away?
Quickly getting dark. It's just turned 5 o'clock. I don't have much hope for it to stay light much longer. The rules of this challenge are simple. No fancy gear, no sleeping bag, nothing extra layers wise. I've just got my thermals on and my rab pants, which are lined. I'm allowed to use any natural materials around me to make it more sheltered, and I've got a foil blanket. That's it. This is my shelter so far. So I've got just enough room to sit upright. So I'm probably gonna sleep like this. Won't be as comfortable, and I probably won't sleep a lot. But in a survival situation, that's probably how I would do it. There's loads of ferns down here, and they're all dead. So I'm gonna see if I can take some of them and use them as my little cover. The other great thing about foil blankets is that you can use them as little carrier bags. So instead of going back and forth and back and forth, let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, it's not comfortable on my bum, but that's okay. It's getting cold quickly. I'm in my foil blanket, but it's really hard to move around in. Okay, let's make dinner. The yogurt's so solid because it's so cold. It's gonna need a fork. Just realised I've forgotten my lettuce. It's looking barren because it's not got any lettuce in it. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, it's like a mini hand warmer. Oh my gosh. That's a life hack. I probably shouldn't put my food on my face, but I really don't care right now. That's so warm. I do not know how people are doing this. I'm so cold right now. Okay, it's my hands and my feet get really cold. Because I've got anemia, my hands and my feet get cold anyway, and I have fatigue really quickly. But
what she creates is small, cramped, barely large enough to sit upright. But smaller means warmer, or at least that's the hope. When she finally crawls inside, the forest falls silent. The foil blanket crackles sharply with every movement, amplifying even the slightest shift. Outside, the wind threads softly through the trees. Inside, the temperature hovers around 2 degrees Celsius. It doesn't take long before the cold sets in. Her fingers begin to sting, her toes follow. In an effort to hold on to warmth, she heats her dinner. Turmeric yogurt chicken wraps she prepared earlier. Steam rises into the cold air, briefly warming her face and hands. It's like a mini hand warmer, she says softly, letting out a quiet laugh as her breath fogs in front of her. But the warmth doesn't last.
right now it's mainly my hands that are really cold. I've got them wrapped in like a double layer of the blanket, but it's still not doing much. If I can get my body temperature a bit more up, then it can start reflecting my heat better, because right now it's just probably reflecting cold onto cold. I'm trying to stay out as long as I can. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, honestly, at this point. I think I need to make a decision within the next 20 minutes on whether or not I'm sticking it out. I have to remember that I have anemia as well, because at the end of the day it's not worth getting hypothermia for a YouTube video. So I will make my call based on how I feel. I've done some star jumps, I've done push-ups. I just can't seem to get warm, and I don't want to waste my energy either. Oh my gosh. I think I'm always gonna hit a main trail, which is good. Nelly! I did not make it through the night, but that's okay, because a £2 emergency blanket was not enough for me to survive through the night.
Once the food is gone, so is the heat. The foil blanket offers no real insulation. It doesn't create warmth, it only reflects it. And as her body temperature drops, there's less and less to reflect. The cold becomes relentless. Hours begin to drag. She wraps the foil tighter around herself. She whispers encouragement under her breath. She tries jumping jacks, push-ups, anything to generate heat, but her body doesn't respond. Fatigue creeps in, slow, heavy, unavoidable. She stands, pulls the foil from her shoulders, and steps out into the darkness of the Northumberland Trail. leaving the fragile shelter behind. Later, she explains the truth. A foil blanket doesn't produce heat. It only reflects what your body already has. And when your body has nothing left to give, there's nothing to reflect. Viewers later noticed small, unsettling details, the foil shifting slightly after she stood, a brief pause in her breathing before she spoke again. Some dismissed it as wind. Others weren't so certain. Katie didn't make it through the night, but she walked away with something more important than pride, a lesson. Survival isn't about pushing past every limit. It's about knowing when to stop. And still, one question lingers. When she left that shelter behind in the darkness, was she really walking away alone? This story follows Todd Champion, the creator behind the YouTube channel Camping with Champion, known for filming stealth camping trips in unusual locations. Most of his adventures pass without incident, but a video uploaded on August 30th, 2025, captured an experience that felt very different.
I was just trying to get some cool shots, and he just popped up out of nowhere. And then he started asking me he's like, do you need me to help you film or something like that? Did I want him to hold the camera or something? I was like, no, I'm good. Then he was like, where are you camping at? And I was just like, just down the road. I shouldn't even have said that much, but. And then he asked me if I wanted someone else to camp with you. What? What the crap? That was.
Earlier that day, Todd carefully checked the area around his campsite to make sure he was alone. Everything seemed clear at first, so he continued setting up, cooking, and settling in for the night. But that sense of security didn't last long. The same man Todd had noticed earlier eventually returned. This time, the encounter felt off.
That guy's back. You hungry?
No.
I got a sandwich here.
I was just walking around until daylight. 5 times in my life. Shot, I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me to I'm about dead and they cut the road.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me walk down this way.
Got any kids or anything?
Got 4 kids.
How old?
Twin boys, 13, 2 girls, 16 and 15. Don't miss little things in life. I'm just still growing up, man.
Yeah.
I miss mine.
I used to be a truck driver and I quit because my kids were little. Trying to do this, maybe I can do something better, you know.
Someone with you to help you do it?
My wife. Before I met my wife, dude, I was bad. And I probably wouldn't still be around if I hadn't met my wife. Good meeting you, brother. See ya. So he just left. I'm packing up my stuff and I'm getting out of here.
The man lingered near the campsite and began talking at length, but his speech seemed unfocused and erratic. There was no clear direction to what he was saying, and his behavior became increasingly unpredictable, making the situation uncomfortable and tense. Sensing that something wasn't right, Todd quietly prepared himself, keeping a knife nearby, out of sight, just in case things escalated. After a while, the man finally walked away, but the tension didn't end there. As Todd quickly began packing his gear to leave, the man briefly appeared again, pushing the unease even higher. Not wanting to take any chances, Todd wasted no time. He packed up completely and left the area, heading somewhere he felt safe. Thankfully, the situation ended without any physical harm. However, the next day, Todd searched online for information about the man, and what he found only added to the concern, suggesting that the encounter may not have been as random as it first seemed.
Actually able to look the guy up, and I found some drug charges from last month where he was arrested. So I'm thinking he probably had just gotten out of jail and was wandering around. He may not be completely homeless. I would like to say that the guy, he seemed okay when I was talking to him. There were some times when he seemed pretty normal, pretty okay. And then there was other times where he was saying some weird stuff. So that's really why I left. Another thing is that he told me he was an Iraqi war veteran. I thanked him for his service, offered him, made sure he had food and something to drink. But he told me he had PTSD. And then sometimes he didn't know what he was doing, like he would lose control, thinking he was in war. Said he'd been banned from Walmart for having episodes in there. Like, I really didn't want to be out there with him if he goes into one of these episodes. I have no idea if any of that was true or not. I really didn't want to take a chance of being out there and he have an episode. I'm the only person out there at night that he knows of.
It's a reminder of how quickly a normal night outdoors can turn into something unpredictable. Sometimes, trusting your instincts is the difference between staying safe and stepping into real danger. So, here's the question. If someone you didn't know kept returning to your campsite after dark, would you stay and hope nothing happens? Or leave immediately to protect yourself? This next story comes from the YouTube channel Small Plots, where Kevin documents his unconventional camping experiences. From hidden hammocks tucked into overlooked corners to full setups in unlikely locations, his content blends outdoor advice with raw honesty. He doesn't hide the reality of camping, the discomfort, the uncertainty, and sometimes the fear. And this particular trip would become one of those nights he wouldn't forget. On November 2nd, 2023, Kevin set out for another overnight adventure. But this time, his destination was far from typical. He chose the overgrown grounds of a long-abandoned hotel, sitting quietly on the edge of a city neighborhood. To avoid drawing attention, he parked his vehicle in a busier, more secure area nearby. With his gear tightly packed, he made his way on foot toward the property, driven by curiosity and that familiar rush of adrenaline. But beneath that excitement, there was unease. This part of town didn't have the best reputation. As he passed rusting industrial tanks and approached the wooded edge of the property, he noticed faint impressions in the ground.
Storage tanks of some kind of petroleum product. I haven't seen a soul back here, so I'm just gonna go. Hey, buddy. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh yeah. There's definitely some slip marks here. They are probably from deer though. It's tough to tell. Is it like a super used? Ooh, like it's overly used trail, quote unquote. Okay. Okay, well.
Tracks, possibly from deer, but something about them felt unclear, almost out of place. The hotel itself had been abandoned for years. Stories of occasional security patrols still circulated. To stay unnoticed, Kevin avoided the building entirely, choosing instead to camp along the outer edge of the property. Keeping his presence minimal, he eventually found a small, sheltered clearing and began setting up. Tent raised, gear organized, a drink in hand. For a moment, everything felt calm. Rain began to fall, softly tapping against the fabric of the tent. The steady rhythm created a peaceful atmosphere, almost hypnotic. But the calm didn't last.
With my sleeping pad, not in its final configuration. As you can see, it's up on some rocks and stuff there, so I'll turn it diagonally. And then behind me is just endless darkness, as you can see. That's where my pack and stuff is. Rain's really starting to pick up. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying my space kitty. It's got to be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. And they're like, oh God! Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes, I couldn't see anything.
Later that night, Kevin was suddenly jolted by the sound of something rushing past his tent. Fast, heavy, and dangerously close. He froze. Whatever it was, it hadn't crashed through the brush like a deer would. There were no loud brakes, no chaotic movement. Instead, it moved with speed, but also control. That made it worse. Trying to steady his nerves, Kevin grabbed his flashlight and stepped outside into the rain. The beam cut through the darkness as he scanned the surrounding woods. Nothing, no movement, no glowing eyes, no sound. But the feeling didn't go away. This wasn't just wilderness, it was the edge of a city, an area known for being unpredictable. The thought that someone, or something, had come that close to his tent without making more noise was deeply unsettling. He stood there, listening, waiting. But the forest had gone completely silent. Despite the fear, Kevin made the decision to stay. Leaving meant walking back alone through unfamiliar streets in the middle of the night. And that didn't feel any safer, so he stayed. And the night stretched on. Every sound became amplified. Every gust of wind, every faint snap beneath the rain-soaked ground felt deliberate, like something was still out there, watching. Sleep never really came. Only when the first light of morning broke through the gray sky did the tension finally begin to ease. But one question lingered. What, or who, had passed so close to his tent in the darkness? In 2019, urban explorer John set out to uncover the chilling secrets of an abandoned mansion in North Bruce. Once the home of a high priest who performed dark occult rituals, the mansion carried an unmistakable air of dread.
Rituals and ceremonies here. So people have tried to buy this house. They're seeing signs of people fixing it up. No one will live here, guys. Too much freaking activity. And guys, I want to explore this place. And I want you to follow me. And a big shout out to Urbex Carlo for giving me the link up to this place, guys.
Intrigued by its haunted history, John decided to explore it alone, under the cover of night. The mansion, though largely intact, showed signs of decay, particularly a crumbling garage, and was cloaked in an eerie silence.
Refrigerator. This floor don't feel too great. I think it'll be okay. Ooh.
Minutes into his exploration, John began hearing strange noises from upstairs. They stopped when he climbed the stairs, only to resume, louder and more unsettling, as he moved through the rooms. Calling out, he insisted he meant no harm, but the presence remained hidden.
Okay, guys, I think I've been hearing stuff upstairs, but I'm hoping, and I mean this, I really hope that it's paranormal and not someone freaking in here. My keys are making noises. Freaking somebody down there, dude. Come on, quit messing with me. I'm just trying to freaking... I'll leave. There's somebody else in here. Now I've got myself in a bad situation. Oh, jeez.
Then suddenly something shocking happened.
Hello? Is there somebody here? I'm not here to bother or rob anything. I was just here exploring. I thought it was a band.
A man's voice screamed, "I'll kill you!" Panic surged through John as he caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure. Without thinking, he bolted from the mansion, not stopping until he was a safe distance away. Who was in the house that night? Some speculate it was a homeless person defending their space, but others find that unlikely given the strange and menacing nature of the encounter. The true identity and intentions of the figure remain a mystery, one that may never be solved. Roaming Reckless is known for documenting solo, overland camping trips, often with her loyal dog, Tazzy, by her side. Her videos usually capture the freedom of the open road, but on October 26, 2025, that freedom quickly turned into a test of patience, awareness, and survival. She had set out for a quiet weekend in the Colorado desert. At first, everything felt routine, but the night before, a heavy thunderstorm had swept through the area, changing the landscape completely. The campsite she chose was popular and well-reviewed, but it came with a warning. If it rained, getting out could become a problem. By morning, that warning became reality. The desert ground had transformed into thick, clay-like mud, known locally as gumbo. It clung to everything. Even walking was a struggle. Tazzy's paws sank into it with every step, and the truck was at serious risk of getting stuck if she tried to drive. Leaving wasn't just difficult, it was dangerous. Then came the second problem. She discovered the area was now under a flood watch. The dry creek bed nearby, which had seemed harmless, could turn into a rushing current without warning. Flash floods in that terrain can happen fast, and without a clear escape route, she was forced to stay put. It became a waiting game. Throughout the day, she focused on staying calm and in control. She checked the creek's water levels repeatedly, making sure Tazzy stayed well away from the edges. She cleaned off mud, reorganized her gear, washed dishes, small tasks to stay productive while keeping her mind steady. Every so often she'd pause and look at the sky, watching, waiting for any sign of another storm. Most of the afternoon was spent inside the truck, letting Tazzy rest while she kept an eye on the environment. Movement was limited, so she adapted. Using Starlink, she got work done, organized her equipment, and made the most of the situation. But as night fell, the desert changed.
That was crazy.
A distant call echoed through the darkness, then another, and another. Coyotes. A group had gathered somewhere nearby, their howls carrying across the open land. The sound moved, circling, shifting, getting closer. Close enough to feel. Inside the cab, she stayed completely still, listening.
I can actually see them. Yeah, I literally see them out there. Funny.
Tazzy alert beside her, the calls rose and fell, surrounding the area in a way that made it impossible to ignore. Out there, in the dark, they weren't alone, but she stayed calm, stayed inside, waited it out, and eventually, the night passed. By morning, everything had changed again. The sun broke through the clouds, the creek had receded, the thick mud began to dry, slowly hardening back into something the truck could handle. The danger had passed. By mid-morning, she was ready. Confident the ground would hold, she packed up, Tazzy by her side, and prepared to leave the desert behind. They made it out safely. But it was a reminder of something every solo traveler eventually learns. Out there, nature doesn't need to chase you. Sometimes it just waits. Flex Tapes is a channel built around urban exploration, documenting abandoned homes, forgotten places, and the eerie atmosphere left behind when life suddenly disappears. Each video feels like stepping into a frozen moment in time. But on one trip, that silence didn't stay empty for long.
So the bed it's not the best, but I've got a sleeping bag. This room is probably the best in, well, everywhere. The curtains not bad. The floor's decent, still got carpet down, half the wallpaper's still on. I mean, it's incredible that this house is still standing. It probably won't be for in a couple of years, it'll probably be gone. But there's the bed, and you can see how horrible that mattress is. And you can probably guess that how long ago that was slept in. It's not nice. It is not nice. But I mean, what's that? Weird. I mean, the mattress isn't even the right size for the bed, for a start off. An old paraffin, I think that's a paraffin heater box. There's my sleeping bag. That's all set up. That is literally what I've got. This is literally my setup. It's completely unplanned, but yeah, I wanted to do it. So probably if I ever do this next time, or if I do it again or whatever, I'll probably bring more stuff. Oh man, this is mental. I haven't heard anything, so I think I'm far enough away from. There's no cars, there should be no farms, there should be no people. I should be fine.
The creator set out to spend a night alone in a deserted farmhouse, once owned by a well-known poet. Isolated, decaying, and surrounded by nothing but open land, it seemed like the perfect place to capture that unsettling stillness he was known for. At least, at first. Sometime deep into the night, that silence broke. Through the grainy view of his night vision camera, something shifted. A sound, movement. Phil lay frozen inside his sleeping bag, his heart pounding as the realization hit him. He wasn't alone anymore. Carefully, slowly, he slid himself lower, pressing into the shadows of the room, trying to make himself invisible. Every small movement felt too loud. Every breath felt like a risk. Then came the footsteps, faint at first, then clearer. They were inside the house. He listened as they reached the staircase and began to climb. Each step creaked through the structure, echoing straight to his door. The sound got closer, slower, more deliberate, until it stopped just outside. For several long, agonizing minutes, he didn't move. He couldn't. Only the muffled sounds of someone, or something, lingering in the hallway.
I think I'm fine. Right, I can't mess about it. The night vision camera, I can't see. I need to put my proper light on. Right, well, if I see somebody, I see somebody. I'll just explain to them what I've been doing. And that's it. Which, yeah. I'm gonna have to watch the back. I couldn't see. I was hiding down. I slid down there as much as I could.
At one point, he was certain he saw movement beneath the door, the faint outline of feet passing by the narrow gap at the bottom. Whoever it was, they were right there. And they stayed. Not for seconds, but for what felt like an eternity. Phil remained completely still, lights off, hidden in total darkness, knowing that any mistake could lead to a direct encounter. Eventually, the footsteps returned, moving away, down the stairs, fading into the distance. And then, silence again. But this time, it didn't feel empty. It felt watched. The moment he believed it was safe, he didn't hesitate. He packed his gear as quietly and quickly as possible, then made his way out of the house, guided only by the faint beam of his torch. Outside, the cold air hit him, but the tension didn't leave. On his way back to the car, one last shock waited. In the distance, scattered across a hillside, dozens of glowing eyes stared back at him, a herd of sheep, harmless, silent, watching, a surreal end to a night filled with fear. He made it out safely, but the question stayed behind. Who or what was inside that house with him? And more importantly, why were they there? On August 9th, 2019, the YouTube channel A Paranormal Journey uploaded a night exploration of a supposedly haunted forest. Rain and wind shredded the audio, but the pair kept going, hunting for anything out of the ordinary. At first it seemed like another quiet, stormy walk, until a tall, dark, featureless figure appeared on a rooftop in the upper right of the frame.
Tonight, as we investigate the haunted woods, somewhere in Anglesey tonight. Tonight's twice, didn't I? I just want to do a takeover here as well.
The kind of silhouette many call a shadow man. The explorers kept talking about their plans, and when the camera swung back, the figure was gone. No footsteps, no rustle, just an empty rooftop where something had clearly stood moments before.
I'll stand here for a minute and...
Shadow people have long haunted folklore as omens, interdimensional visitors, or silent watchers tied to tragic places. Catching one fully formed and then watching it vanish is unusually eerie. Skeptics point to poor lighting, a person slipping away, or a lens smudge creating a humanoid shape in low light. But believers say the abrupt disappearance only deepens the sense of being watched. Whatever it was, the Paranormal Journey crew probably wished they hadn't reviewed that footage. This video was uploaded by a YouTuber known as Omega, who set out to spend the night inside New Zealand's longest abandoned tunnel, an eerie structure stretching nearly a mile in length.
It's really starting to kick in now. What? I want to be spending a night in this thing. Oh no. I don't know about this, guys. What the freak? Oh no. Here it is, everyone. Spooner's Rail Tunnel. It was built in, there we go, 1891 to 93. And man, look at the length. 1,352 meters. This is the longest disused rail tunnel in New Zealand. Oh man alive. I don't know how far I'm going to go into this thing. I've got to find a place to set up camp though somewhere, and it has to be in the tunnel, so I'm going to venture in. From what I remember, there are little manholes throughout this tunnel. Okay, before we even go into the tunnel, as you can see, it's totally pitch black. It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light, so that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shines right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure. Alright, Max, you ready for another adventure? Another overnight challenge? Poor Max getting subjected to all these videos.
What do you think you're doing to me, Omega, hey? With these YouTube videos?
Let's start wandering into this dark, gloomy tunnel and find a place where we're going to camp it out.
As he makes his way deeper inside, he eventually finds a spot to set up camp. After settling in, having dinner, and feeding his dog, everything seems relatively calm. Later that night, he decides to head back out and explore the tunnel further in the darkness. That's when things take a disturbing turn.
Woo! Max! Oh, my gosh damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out of it. Max! Come here! Come here. Oh, shit. Oh. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Oh. Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? What the? Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max!
At some point during his exploration, something happens that completely changes the tone of the night. Whether it was a cruel prank or something more serious remains unclear. Some viewers speculated it might have been a homeless person trying to scare him away, but there's no way to confirm that. Shaken by the encounter, Omega decides not to stay inside the tunnel any longer. Instead, he hides outside and waits until sunrise before leaving the area. Thankfully, he makes it out safely. Still, the entire situation stands out as one of the eeriest and most unsettling camping experiences caught on camera.